it looks like we're live. Let me double check my restream. We should be good. Right. All right. It looks like everyone has been alerted that it's time. Open up the chat and see if things are working. It looks like they are. It looks like both streams have connected. Let me know if you can hear me. We had some issues with the, okay, great. Sound right away, perfect. I'm glad to hear it. There were some issues with last stream's sound, so I'm glad that it's all working correctly. I'm actually going to put my guitar's strap on, which I don't normally do. I like to keep it free and loose around here. But today it's time to... Oh, I'm gonna get called on my phone can. It's time to straighten up. Make sure you can see my full look here. Very important. Alright. Oh, gotta make sure my collar's over top of my guitar strap. You can't have a collar under your guitar strap. What kind of professional would that make me? Alright, so I have not a super, I mean, I guess it's a long set. I did another 10 song set instead of 8 songs, which I was doing on Facebook, because I feel like we, you know, I don't know. I couldn't pick which songs to do. I didn't want to leave all these gems that I'm about to reveal to you today out of the picture, so I ended up putting 10 songs on the set list. So hooray for you, more music. Maybe not so much hooray for my throat, but we will see. The first song that I'm playing for you tonight is a song I wrote. It's one of the first songs I wrote, like, with other people. So when I was first starting to write music, I wrote songs for myself, like when I was like imagining that I would be a pop star. But when I was first just like really starting out and like my young teen years, it would have been late middle school, early high school, I had a garage band that was named a lot of things. It was like Deadly Combination, I think, was one of them. Not Your Average Jane was definitely one of them. Or the Not Your Average Janes. Oh, Remnants of Alice was like the one that stuck the longest, was Remnants of Alice. So this song is technically by Remnants of Alice and not by me, Kate Nix, because it was written by myself and my good friend Ashley Hart, who we called Peaches. And yeah, this song is by Remnants of Alice, circa probably 2003, 2004 maybe. 2004 is like the maximum, but it's probably mostly just 2000, I think it's 2003. So that's the first song. I tried to kind of keep these in somewhat of a chronological order, not like entirely chronological, but similar to chronological. So I'll have like actual background about what the song is, because we're going to be traveling through the story of my musical journey all together tonight. So make sure if you like the Lullaby Lounge or if you are having a good time to like the stream, and make sure if you are on twitch.tv to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button. I think I also can accept tips now called bits. This is my first stream as a Twitch affiliate, so I feel like it is kind of like a celebration of us, like this channel made it to affiliate. I mean, that's something to be, there's something there, right? I did this enough times that they gave me a thing that meant I could make money on it. Thank you so much, Grace, I'm so glad to hear that you are having, oh crap. Yathina, I see that the YouTube is still titled Nixing Facebook. I don't know how to fix that right now. So it's gonna be what it is. Maybe I can try, and I don't think I can open up the YouTube live stream and change the name while it's happening. So I'm sorry if you clicked on this on YouTube and you're like, what's happening? Because I don't know how to change the name of my lives from the last time I streamed, because even though I title it as Lullaby Lounge and schedule it, it still doesn't work. So I don't know. Like I said at the stream on Monday, I am a fairy person, and it means that I don't get along with technology very well. I have to work really hard to make technology work in my favor. It is difficult because my mom likes to say that there's an electromagnetic field around me that makes things not work. My husband will even vouch for this, that I can do the same exact things on a piece of technology and it doesn't work. But then he holds it in his hands and makes the same exact motions and does the same things and it works perfectly. So like he can watch me do it and it still doesn't work. So I don't know what it is about me specifically that is allergic to things working, but I will change the title after the stream. It's easy for me to do that. I just can't do it while it's live. So I guess we're just gonna continue on with the mistakes of the past, just literally hanging over my head. But at least my background looks great. Don't you think? I feel like the lighting is really cool. I like the glow coming from the ground. As well as my skull here. Is this cool enough for me to drink? I don't want to hurt myself. I'm just going to take this other stuff. I have water and honey water. So, now I will play you a song called It'll Be Okay by my teenage garage band, Remnants of Alice. Na na na, na na na, na na na, yeah. Na na na, na na na, na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love can be cruel sometimes, and not everything can take away your pain, but it will be fine when you got your sunshine and it started to rain. It'll be okay. It'll get better again. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Better now than then. It'll be okay. Let's go! Na na na, na na na, na na na, yeah. Na na na, na na na, na na na, yeah. So much heartbreak in the world. Sometimes it can't be cured, but it's okay for you. It's worse, he's got another girl. Now you started crying, locked up in your room. yes, that is one of the first songs I ever wrote with one of my best friends at the time, Ashley Hart. Ashley and I were inseparable. She would be over at my house all the time. I had one of the ways that my father would communicate his acknowledgement of me was by giving me musical instruments. So I would always get like either hand-me-downs from other members of the family, or he would buy me a guitar every once in a while when he felt bad. So I had it wasn't a garage because it wasn't a garage anymore. It was it was in a building that was in the backyard of my house as a early teenager. So I lived there from age 8 to age 16. So this is freshman year of high school when this is happening. So this house, we called it the little house because it was a little separate building from our house, and it had running water and electricity. So my friends and I would hang out there, and there was we had the front room was kind of decked out with all our garage band equipment because my dad had bought me a PA system, and I had amps and stuff left over from my brothers and stuff, and a drum kit. At one point he bought me a bass. All of this stuff has since been sold to do other bullshit that I did in my life. So I actually have a story about that I might tell later if you want to hear about. It would be a guest house if it was finished, but it wasn't really finished. It was just sort of 2 rooms. It had been used as a vet's office, and before that it was used as a butcher. So it's basically it was a place to have a business out of your home. Yes, I had a Josie space, basically, Holly. If you know the movie Josie and the Pussycats, which you should, because I'm definitely going to do a cover from it, because it is truly the catalyst of my origin story. It is the moment that I realized that I could become a rock star. So we had this practice space that was also a space where I could make things because I had my sewing machine. Well, my mom and my sewing machines out there, and all the craft supplies were out there. Also a place where we definitely got drunk as teens because I was not monitored in any way. So my friends and I would always hang out there and fuck around and, make out with each other and do dumb teenager shit. One time we hogtied a kid and pushed him out the back window. Standard teenager stuff. Rest in peace, Josh Scott. He recently died from an overdose, unfortunately. And he was a super cool dude. Been thinking about him a lot lately. Isn't that crazy how, I don't know, I feel like a lot of my graduating class was unfortunately touched by drug addiction, because there's nothing to fucking do in Lidditz, Pennsylvania in the late 90s and early 2000s. All you could do is get drunk and fuck and just have a garage band. So that's what I did. I never put on shows in that space, but I totally could have. I guess I had friends that would hang out there that all the time, but yeah, it was definitely a little party space. If you are enjoying the stream and you have Amazon Prime, which if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime automatically, I believe, and you can subscribe to my channel for free, and I get paid even though you don't spend any extra money outside of paying for your normal Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because that's a thing you can do now, because I hit affiliate. It's a time of celebration. So, we finished song 1. It'll be okay. It will be okay. You know what? Thanks, teenage me. I needed it. I needed to hear that. I'm using the literal, this is my handwriting from when I was a kid. This was my music sheet. See if I can kind of angle it so you can see what's on there. Yep. Music by Ashley Hart and Haley Nickerson. And if you are hella enjoying the stream, make sure you share that shit and bring all your buds to the situation. So, this next song is a song that I wrote for a good friend of mine who I hope is watching tonight. I actually wrote a lot of music for her. I've written more songs for her than I have any other friend of mine. And it's because she's a ride or die. And I This was on my... Still sounds weird, but we got there. So this is a song I wrote for Bean, my friend Bean, who we named after her cat who was named Bean, and is also why I call all cats Bean. I wrote this song, actually, this is a very old-fashioned sentence. I wrote this song in the comments of Bean's Zanga. So I started writing the verses as a comment on Bean's Zanga, which dates me. But that's what was happening. So I wrote the song initially in the comments of a Zanga. Yes, a Zanga. This is very 2003. This is very the year between 8th grade and 9th grade. 8th grade and 9th grade, that was like the time for Bean and I. That was like prime time for the Bean Queen. We had a lot of weird rhyming shit that we said. One day I'll show you the notes. But I wrote this song in the comments of her Zanga. And thank you so much, Henry. I'm glad that you like the backdrop. Teenage me would have loved it. And honestly, adult me kind of loves it too. The effect of this lights going up, thank you guys so much thank you everyone, not you guys, again, we all have to try and coach ourselves not to say that. I'm so thankful for y'all because it's because of your donations on my Ko-fi at katenix.com/tips. Still living that life. I'm not just a Twitch subscriber girl yet because we don't know how this is going to play out. So head over to katenix.com/tips if you want to contribute to my first ever voice lesson. But because of y'all, I have an actual music stand and like lights and I look nice. And I'm so grateful. It means so much to me. But Bean was one of those friends that like, our friendship wasn't gay, but like other people thought it was gay. She was one of the first girls I ever kissed because our boyfriends were into it. But I didn't feel for Bean like that. Bean was always in my heart, but it was never like that. But sometimes the music I write for her sounds very romantic. So I guess just take that what you will. It was a very sapphic friendship. It is no longer such a sapphic friendship, but I think I was kind of like confused about my bisexuality and I really liked her a lot. Like, I mean, you hear in my song that I wrote for her, Farewell Licorice Tree, like we dressed exactly like each other. We made our penmanship like one another. Like we were very into being friends. And she was one of those people that sort of just validated all the totally insane shit that I said all the time. And she was equally as creative and beautiful and just, one of those people. She had a light in her and she still does. And that's why I still write music for her, even decades after we started becoming friends and even though we don't speak that regularly. In the sight of fairy eyes, we look at the magenta skies. The sun sits just for us, for you and me. Can you see the clouds so pink, here in our glass mosaic sink? You rain down just for us, for you and me, in our licorice tree. It's all It's all for us, for you and I. We can ride away on fireflies. Fireflies. The candy droplets kiss our skin, and this lovely dream that we are in, they touch only us, just you and me. Can you see the glittering glade as we drink rainbow lemonade? It glitters just for us, for you and me, in our licorice tree. It's all for us, it's all just ours, as we wear crowns of sparkling flowers. It's all for us, for you and I. We can ride away on fireflies. I show you this realm anew. It was made just for me and you. Made it just for us, for you and me. I made our licorice tree. So yes, that was one of the first songs I wrote Bean. That was the first song I wrote Bean. And I've since written her 2 more songs that I've published and more songs that I haven't. It doesn't sound like that on the recorded version, though the recorded version is available at katenix.com/music on the Dollhouse collection, which is all of my music from like, it's like all these B-sides from like 2004 to 2011. But I think it's on that. I think it's on that record on Bandcamp, and you can listen to the 14-year-old me sing it there. But I am thinking about doing a cover album of my old stuff where I go back and I treat the songs the way I would treat them today. So it doesn't sound like that in the recorded version for sure. But if you want to hear the original, you can head over to katenix.com/music and check it out. It is definitely interesting to see how far I've come. Okay, it's time. It's time. You better share the stream because this is the one that you've all been waiting for. I put it early in the set to hook you, to get you, so you'd stick around. So yes, please share the stream. Let people know that it's time for the Lullaby Lounge. And let them know that even though I am singing songs from when I was young, I am still, you know, it's tolerable. It's not like I'm singing songs from my youth that are obnoxious and bad. I'm only bringing you the best music from when I was a kid. I'm a punk rock brown queen, brown paper magazine, hotter than you've ever seen, everywhere and in between. I'm a 10-ticket thrill ride, don't you wanna come inside? A 5-star triple threat, hardest of the hard to get, no one's little reprobate, ain't seen nothing like me yet. 6 whole hours and 5 long days for all your lies to come undone. Those days It's so good because I was the first time where I was like, I heard, okay, so I was already a fan of Josie. I already loved the music. I was already totally fucking here for Kay Hanley, totally fucking here for Harry Elfont and Deborah Kaplan's excellent treatment of the Josie and the Pussycats characters. So good. Literally, the greatest film of all time. At me. Fucking at me. Find a better movie. You can't. You cannot find a better movie from 2001 that is held up in the same way. There's not a single gay joke. There's not a single fucking trans joke. There's not a single... Well, I mean, you could call technically the treatment of Val maybe racist, but it was because she was the bassist, not because she was the only one who wasn't white. And Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont apologize in the director's commentary. So they were already, like, there for it. They were already waking up to their own fucking privilege in their movie. I mean, I can't fight me. I will fight you. I will fight you. There is no better movie than the Josie and the Pussycats movie. Greatest movie of all time. Hands down. And the music was incredible. Excellent production on the side of Babyface Edwards. The team that wrote those songs is like a power pop punk supergroup. Just incredible. Truly amazing. You ready to hear a song that sounds almost exactly like it? I agree, Sandra. It's all commentary. The whole thing is commentary on society. It's commentary. It's got feminist commentary. It's got commentary against capitalism. I mean, it is truly the anarchist cookbook for girls who shopped at Limited Too. Formative moment, age 11, watching that movie. Blew my dick off. Blew my dick right off. I didn't have a dick anymore. I was like, where's my dick? It's off. Blew my dick off. Let's sing a song that sounds almost exactly like it that I wrote when I was 14 years old, maybe? Yeah, for sure. Again, I am using the printed out sheet of paper that I printed out from my computer when I wrote on it. It's got red ink because we were out of black ink, and I wanted to print it out because I had a gig, my first gig ever, when I was 16. I printed out all my songs because I was supposed to play for an hour and a half. I didn't know how I was going to remember all the songs. I played for an hour and a half in Molly Brannigan's bar in Harrisburg, and it was so much. We can talk about that gig a different day because it's definitely kind of a Me Too situation, but we don't have to talk about that right now. We can just talk about my prep, how much I was prepared. I prepared myself. I brought my songs, and now I have all these printouts of files that God knows I lost ages ago, laptops ago. And remember, if you're having a good time, check my shit out, katenex.com/tips if you're into the Ko-fi game. If you're here on Twitch and you're like, girl, I can get you bits now, hit that bits button wherever that is. Hallie, can you tell me where to point? Where to point for the bits? I don't know where the bits are. I don't know what they look like or what they do. I think they're 10 cents a piece. Either way, you can cheer me with bits now is a thing that I can do. So give me the bits. Bits, 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 as they say in Steven Universe. But I think it's appropriate because I've already started seeing Valentine's Day stuff in Rite Aid because we are just taught to consume things continuously until we die, I guess. So there's all this shit for Valentine's Day now in Rite Aid, and this is very appropriate. Excuse me. Also, if you like my voice and you want to hear some of the old versions of this is a song that is not available anywhere, just like the first song. I'm bringing you some gems that have never been heard before. So, in addition to songs you can get on the Dollhouse collection at kadenix.com/music, you can also, these are just special for now things that I might record. I might go back and record some of these things because I don't want them to be just lost to time. And I think, like, this song's pretty cute. I'm going to play it for you and you're going to be like, wow, that's pretty good for, like, a 14 or 15-year-old writing a song. I really could have done the Taylor Swift thing if I had raised enough money to make my EP when I found a producer that wanted to work with me when I was 16. Tried to sell all my instruments and stuff, and I still couldn't raise enough money. It was like $3,000, I think, to record 5 songs. It was the same guy who produced one of the first Hailstorm albums, and I totally should have done it, but I couldn't come up with the $3,000, so I ended up having to take my deposit back, and then all my instruments were gone, and it was a whole thing. Flowers, stood outside your window for 3 hours, holding up a stereo like the guy in the movie did. I wrote you poems, 8 love letters. You don't like me any better. Do you think I'm serious, or do you think I'm just a kid? Oh, be my Valentine, be my Valentine. I'm losing my mind. Be my Valentine. Be my Valentine. Be my Valentine. I'm losing my mind. Be my Valentine. I'm not transparent. Can't you see me? My love's not something to be taken lightly. I'm going crazy, why won't you call me back? I won't give up now, I won't surrender. I will keep trying, never render. You got me in your spider web, got my heart under attack. Oh, be my Valentine, be my Valentine. I'm losing, I'm losing my mind. Be my Valentine. Be my Valentine, be my Valentine. I'm losing, I'm losing my mind. Be my Valentine. My paper heart is burned. The tables have been turned. Oh, why can't I be yours? Please open the door and be my Valentine. Be my Valentine. I'm losing. I'm losing my mind. Be my Valentine. Be my Valentine. Be my Valentine. I'm losing. I'm losing my mind. Be my Valentine. Yeah, that's the thing. My brother always told me that song was totally good enough to be on the radio, and, like, honestly, he was right. I think it's good enough to be on the radio. I think we're missing the pop punk revolution of this. Now it's like Billie Eilish, and her stuff is very dark and it's relevant, and I get it. But also, like, I just miss the bright spiky jewelry and the rainbows and... At the very least, y'all, I will record it with me and my acoustic and put it on Patreon if it doesn't get anywhere else. If you would like that to happen, we are at 77 patrons right now. If I get to 80, I absolutely will do a demo of it, just me and my guitar, for you guys, or for y'all. So if you are into that shit and you're like, I can give $2 so that I can hear that catchy song, maybe, and also help a girl out, go for it. You got 3 to go till we get to 80. It'd be very helpful. Thank you so much. Oh my God. we're about to hear another bop. We're about to hear a serious bop. It's Bop City, bitch. Oh my god, the roaring 20s. Dinos go roar! Roar means I love you in dinosaur. Alright. So this song is from my... Okay, so I have a question for y'all. I kind of have two first records, and this is because my first actual album that I like put on a CD and sold to people, I made when I was 14, and it was just me and my electric guitar and sometimes acoustic singing my just me and vocals, no backups really. There's like a backup in one song, I think. And then I also did this album called Soliloquy, which is has like drums, and I went to a studio and I spent several hours in the studio recording it, and I like mixed some of it myself, and I feel like that is my first record because it's like more finished, and then the jewel case had like an insert and everything. I feel like that's sort of my first record, but I also sort of refer to Two My Sisters as my first record because it's the first time I made an album and sold it to people. So do you think the one that I recorded when I was 14 that doesn't have anything besides me and a guitar is a 10-song demo? Or do you think that that's my first record and Soliloquy is my second album, which would make Sage and Silver Bullets my fourth record and Idiot Child my third record? So technically I have 4 albums out plus multiple collections. I have made a lot of music. You know, sometimes I just like... sort of think about it, of like how much I have done in my life, and I'm not trying to flex on you right now. I mean, maybe I am. You know what? I deserve to flex. I did all the work. So I've made 4 records. Like gone into a studio. I've been doing this shit for 15 years. And like I'm not even 30 yet. And I guess I thought I'd be in a different place by now, but also the world is so different that I don't know what place I could have possibly imagined that I would be in. So okay, you think it's a record because I made it and sold it. Okay, so that would mean I've had 4 albums. We'll call it 4 albums. Maybe I'm the guy who's got... But it's just a lot of music. I've done a lot of shit. And I don't think about it that often because I just feel like a baby, like in a pile of jello, just like flailing all the time, having no idea what's going on. But then I look at my life and I'm like, you are in control of so many things, kid. You have made so much shit. I was a fire breather. I got paid to be a ninja. I've done so much weird stuff. The fact I was a burlesque dancer is like one of the least interesting things I've done in my life. And I did that for 10 years. But this song was written long before I knew what burlesque was. Long before I just kind of had like my first breakup with a shitty boyfriend. This dude was fine. Like he was a teenage boy and I had high expectations for what relationships were going to be. And this dude doesn't even really deserve this song. He was a decent enough, like, shitty teenage boyfriend. But I wrote a song about him, and I said it was for him in my head. I don't know whatever happened to him. I'm, like, afraid to friend him on Facebook because it was just a very weird situation. But, yeah, this was a breakup song that I wrote when I was 14. So... Oh God. Okay. Yep. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? Because I don't think you are. There's so much in this song that needs to be dissected. And you let me know your feelings. You let me know what teenage you would think if they heard this song. What would 15-year-old you feel when they heard this song? Everything is palm muted, Everything is these staccato chords because God knows I didn't know how to write other rhythms yet. Betty Page posters line his room and he wakes up to them every day. PS2 games on the floor. Never at attention in class, and on dates he doesn't pay. He's already at the door. Cause Grand Theft is his future, and the chicks on his computer, they support his life force. It is kind of sad while he's busy playing that game. I am making my claim to fame, and I'm ready to suggest the fact that his life has been had. Cause I know he doesn't want much more than video games and porn. Video games and porn. Only looks in my chest when he talks to me. Only likes me when I wear tight shirts. I am sick of all his shit. Doesn't pay attention when I talk. He tells me to wear mini skirts. Oh, what the hell, forget this. Cause Grand Theft is his future, and the chicks on his computer, they support his life force. It is kind of sad while he's busy playing that game. I am making my claim to fame, and I'm ready to suggest the fact that his life has been had. Cause I know he doesn't want much more than video games and porn. Video games and porn. Gotta tell him it's over. Gotta tell him we're over. Cause Grand Theft is his future, and the chicks on his computer, they support his life force. It is kind of sad while he's busy playing that game. I am making my claim to fame, and I'm ready to suggest the fact that his life has been had. Cause I know he doesn't want much more than video games and porn. No wonder I like girls. Can we talk about how I came out to my entire high school via a record that I sold to them? Can we just mention that briefly before we move forward? Just needs to be touched on. It just needs a little, just gotta touch it. It's in there. There it is. No wonder I like girls. This is down here because this is some bullshit verse I wrote later, and I don't like it as much as the original shittier verse. So yeah, no wonder I like girls. Bye from the beginning. A bye legend. If you would like to stan, feel free to stan a bye legend. Just like, no, I'm just gonna come out to my whole high school. Listen, okay, so if you've never seen the video on my YouTube channel about my first record, yes, Grace, a bicon. I will be so happy to be the bicon. I will be biconic. I will be so excited to be biconic. Clearly, I am gay because I have a wig on. And I'm just saying that if a girl has a wig on, statistically, it's more likely she's gay. Just in my experience. It's more likely that's a drag situation going on, that she's living a truth that she couldn't live otherwise. There's something going on there. Some kind of, it's in there. Either that, or I just choose to believe that every woman that looks like me is bisexual so that I can fantasize them without guilt. So that record, I made it when I was 14, and I put it on little white discs, and I had them in little Sunline jewel cases, and I wrote my name on them, and I wrote the name of the record, and I had little like paper printout inserts, and I sold them for $2 around my school. And the day that I released it, I convinced my boyfriend, who worked on the announcements, to play one of the songs from the record on the announcements. It was not Video Games and Porn. It was me and my Atari. We both wished it could have been Video Games and Porn, but Video Games and Porn was on the record, and people bought it. So there were definitely people who knew that thing about me and were just like, keeping away. I also wore a shirt that said, "Buy my CD to my sisters." The day that was on the announcements, because I always been about the self-promotion. Here we go. But before I move forward, please, if you're enjoying the stream, hit a share. I would love to hit 30 viewers tonight. It's super dope. We're at 28 now. Please bring a friend. Let them know. If they love the early 2000s / mid 2000s pop punk thing, that's mainly what I'm playing tonight. It's about to get darker because this next song and this next cover is the beginning of the going into the emo part. At first, I was a brilliant, bright rainbow pop punk person, and slowly I evolved into the doll murder music box person I became as a late teenager. So this song was part of that awakening to my dark side, the beginning of the end of my innocence musically, as it were, because I was in this like Josie and the Pussycats, Avril Lavigne, The Clash, which gets a little dark, but like I didn't understand what The Clash was saying when I was a teenager. So yeah. Oh, also, Holly, thank you for reminding me. Jeez. If I hit the goal on Ko-fi tonight, which is $60 for my first voice lesson, because I'm trying to train my upper range, I found out that I still have some of my octaves up there, which is part of why I'm able to perform tonight's songs in mostly the original keys. But if we hit my Ko-fi goal tonight, I will play you my new song, which is arguably the best song I've ever written. I'm going to say it right now. One of the best songs I've ever written, by far. The best I've had by far. So, if you want to help us hit that goal, I'd appreciate it. Really, Adrian! Oh my gosh, Adrian, you missed some of the really early stuff. Yes, Grace, we can count the t-shirt chunk. So I guess if we get to like 90%, that would make it right. Adrian is a good friend of mine. Adrian, I believe, was in Remnants of Alice, the band that wrote It'll Be Okay. Adrian, I think you were in the band at some point, right? But Adrian was absolutely there for all the classics that I just played. Adrian, I played It'll Be Okay, I played Be My Valentine, I played Video Games and Porn, and I played Licorice Tree. Adrian played, I think, bass at one point and drums at one point, but Adrian was another staple of my household and my friend group. And she remembers what it was like when I released To My Sisters and wore my t-shirt that said, "Buy my record, To My Sisters" on it. I don't think any of us were very good at drums, Adrian. We were all passable. Am I more than you bargained for yet? I've been dying to tell you anything you wanna hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week. Lie on the grass next to the mausoleum. Just a notch on your bedpost and you're just a line of song. Drop a heart, break a name. We're always sleeping in, but we're sleeping with the wrong team. We're going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Being number one with a bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Being number one with a bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. Is this more than you bargained for yet? Oh, don't mind me, I'm watching you two from the closet, wishing to be the friction in your jeans. Isn't it messed up how I'm just dying to be him? Just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drop a heart, break a name. We're always sleeping in, but we're sleeping for the wrong team. We're going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Being number one with the bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Being number one with the bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. Going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Being number one with the bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down, down. Down, down, down. We're going down, down. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Being number one with the bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Being number one with the bullet. Loaded gun complex, cock it and pull it. Yes, please give me the tips. Show me the tips. Show me the tips. Also, look at this bullshit that's happening right now. My fucking shaved ass, my neutered armpit hair trash. It was worth it for the Facebook live stream that I did where I streamed as a Stepford wife for 7 hours, but to like sell the illusion that I was not who I am. But I regret it. It was awful. I'm so itchy. I hate how it looks. I do not want to be shaved. It is a nightmare. I hate it so much. Okay. So. Where did I put the next piece? Is it here? Oh. Is it here? Yep, there we go. This song was on my EP, Bleed For Me, which is not available, but this song is available, I believe, on the Dollhouse collection. This is sort of the beginning of the darkness. It starts here. This is the start where you can see kind of that I feel like I don't belong in where I am, where I feel like something is wrong and I can't tell what's wrong. And I needed to like validate myself a little bit, I think, with this song. I remember when I wrote it, it started in my head, the lyrics, the beginning of this song, and I was trying to go to sleep, and I was laying in my bed, and I remember having to get out of bed and write the lyrics down because I didn't want to forget them. I remember the moment where it was so dark and so late, and I just got out of bed and turned my little light on, and I wrote the lyrics down just so I wouldn't forget them. And I think I finished the song the next day. I don't remember exactly, but yes, Grace, organic, homegrown, farm-to-table music, artisan, fair trade, directly from katenix.com/music. It's the closest you can get to just handing me cash for a record. All the other services like iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, I get a fraction of the music cost. But if you get your stuff on katenix.com/music, you can be sure that most of the profits are going to me. And you're supporting a truly awesome independent business that makes it easier for independent artists to get their stuff out into the world without taking such a pay cut. I think Bandcamp's really cool. I've used it for over a decade now, and I wouldn't be where I am without it. This song is called Fix the Girl. There's a tick of a clock as I lie on a table that is hard as a rock and isn't quite too stable, and they cover my eyes, shielding me from the world, and they tell the toy maker, fix the girl. He saws into my chest to see what is the matter. Oof. My body was like, don't sing it, don't do it. Oof. He saws into my chest to see what is the matter. He says he'll do his best as my heart pitter patters, and he tries to decide whether to give it a whirl. They say, pretty please, toy maker, fix the girl. Then he asks them what's wrong, and they tell him quite clearly that I speak for too long, and I'm acting quite queerly, and they hate how I dress, and they're getting annoyed. At this rate, they know I'll never find a boy. Fix the girl, toy maker, fix the girl. 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 So he picks up his needle and he sews me together. He looks at the confused people that have already gathered. He says, I'm sorry, there's so many like you in the world. There really is no need to fix this girl. Fix the girl, toy maker, fix the girl. Fix the girl, toy maker, fix the girl. So yes, that was another song I wrote when I was but a wee babe. A wee babby. How is babby formed? How a girl get pregnant? There we go. Now, that was the beginning of the dollhouse theme, of being in the dollhouse. There was that song, and then there was You're in the Dollhouse, and then came this song, and it was sort of the beginning of the soliloquy era. And those songs informed the rest of the songs on the record. Honestly, I think there's like maybe 4 passable songs on soliloquy. A lot of it is like industrial teenage screaming. Emotional industrial teenage screaming. And yeah. It's a ride. So, before we move forward, if you are enjoying the stream, if you stay to the end of the stream, there's a very, very, very special raffle prize. It's very different, it's new, it's exciting. Our good friend, Grace Briarwood, has happily and graciously agreed to sponsor this episode of the Lullaby Lounge. And in sponsoring it, she has not only agreed to give us some of her work, which she's a poet, an incredible poet that kind of deals with fairy stuff and the same sort of themes that I deal with. So if you like my stuff, you're definitely going to like her poetry too. She's not only agreed to give us one of her poetry chapbooks, but she also has agreed to buy a t-shirt off of my merchandise site for whoever wants it, or for whoever not wants it, but whoever wins it. Not for whoever wants it. Whoever wins it. If you want it, you got to wait till the end and enter the raffle if you want to win it. The way you enter the raffle is me saying something, and then you type that something at the exact moment that I tell you to type it. But that doesn't happen until the end of the night. However, so grateful for Grace. So excited about this because, as you may know, I don't supply my t-shirts. They are a print-on-demand service. So I can't just like give you a t-shirt for free because I don't have any in my house. They print them as they are ordered. And Grace has agreed to buy one for whoever wins the raffle. So if you stick around and wait till the end, you can win that prize. And I think that's so exciting. I think it's a really interesting way to sponsor the lounge. I would be up for, if anybody wants to do that in the future, for you to do so. It's totally a thing that you can do if you want. Grace just brought me this idea, and I was like, that's such a kind, and that's great. Grace is a very important part of the Catriarchy, even though she is one of the more recent additions, RE, the Ride or Die crew. She's definitely proven herself worthy of being a knight of the Catriarchy, and we're just super grateful for her participation in the Lullaby Lounge in general. She's here basically every week, and she supports financially as well as just being dope. So thank you so much, Grace, for being a part of the Catriarchy. We are grateful that you are here as well. And yeah, if you want to share this stream with your friends, maybe they'll win the t-shirt. Just stick around. All you gotta do is hang out and wait for me to tell you to type something. It's super simple. We'll go over how that will work later once the raffle has been won. But right now, we're about to enter soliloquy era. And that means it's about to get doll murdery in here, Rowdy Bones gang. It's about to get doll murdery in here. It was a bit doll murdery, in the words of my sister's ex-girlfriend. And it's about to get doll murdery in here, specifically. Here we go. Are you ready? Here we go. It's happening. It's happening. Whoa, Grace, that's so cool. Grace has said in the chat, if you want to check out her poetry, if you tip me and send her a screenshot, she'll send you her chapbook. That is so kind. Thank you so much, Grace. I am so glad that you have offered your art to the community. I really appreciate it. It means so much that cool people like my stuff and want to participate in it. And yeah, let's get doll murdery together, y'all. wrapped up, so I don't chew through my stitches. It's just another of my glitches. How long it take to fix me? Sir, I think I should just go home, since you don't have anywhere to put me, and I'd rather be alone, alone. No, it's all just a cry for help, love. I'm begging just to get out. Maybe just for a little longer. Tell me what you're thinking about. Just keep talking so I can keep breathing. Just keep talking so I can keep breathing. Just keep talking so I can keep bleeding. Just keep talking so I can keep bleeding. If you see me crying, call an ambulance. Dial ambulance to be exact, because pretty darlings don't have a chance at a hospital with the human boys. They belong with the other toys. 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 I belong with the other toys. That's how I would perform it when I was playing with my band or my backup like drummer when I was a kid. I did it like there was a slow down and then we would go back up in the middle, and we were very Dresden Dolls about it. I definitely called my drummer at the time my Brian Viglio, the Brian to my Amanda, and then I worked with fucking Brian Viglio, and so like now he's the Brian to my Kate. Oh my god. What if I did a remake of that song with Brian on drums? Oh my god, y'all. It would be like full circle. Oh my, I have to finish paying him for the drum track I just got from him before I get him to do anything else. But that's good. Maybe we do that as a Patreon goal. Yeah, I think we could do that as a Patreon goal. I feel like that's reasonable. Damn. That would be so dope. Okay, let's keep moving on. Nope. The next song is a cover of just reminding y'all, those of you who just showed up, that tonight's raffle prize, if you stick around and type what you type, is our good friend Grace Briarwood, fairy, author, poet extraordinaire, is sponsoring the lounge and offering whoever wins tonight's raffle a t-shirt off of my merch store, which is a print-on-demand shirt. So that's why Grace is buying it for y'all. Second of all, she is also offering her poetry to whoever tips me and screenshots it and send it to her. Amazing. If you would like to tip me, head over to katenix.com/tips. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to this channel for free, this Twitch channel for free, and I get paid for it. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you have that, if you have Amazon Prime, or if you just want to hit subscribe, if you just want to subscribe to me on Twitch because you're like, this girl deserves my $4 a month or whatever. I'm up for that too. Thank you so much. Let's keep it going with a cover by someone I have a tortured history with, because there are moments that I really loved her and moments when I was so jealous of her that it made me act in stupid ways. She's a woman who is 10, 11 years older than I am. famous in her own very mystical goth right, was definitely the model for how I modeled my online career and how I talked to my fans, because once I messaged her on MySpace, we had a little back and forth, and it changed how I felt my value versus like what a musician was, and being approachable like that was so dope. And I'm really thankful for her work because it was such a formative part of who I am, whether or not I necessarily enjoy it now or necessarily relate to her older stuff in the same way. I don't know. There are some times where I'm like, maybe I don't connect, but there's so much of her that I think made me who I am, and so much of how she ran her career or started her career was a model for me. Same with Amanda Palmer. I felt like they were my mentors and like I was following in their footsteps. And to play her song tonight means a lot to me. She actually commented on my Instagram earlier today, which was really nice. We haven't spoken since that MySpace exchange, really, though we did did like go back and forth on AIM a couple times. But I was a teenager and she was an adult, so it was, I'm sure she felt weird about it. I probably would have now, so. But it's why I'm so open and so vulnerable with my community online. And it's why I think honesty is so important, I think, as part of online engagement. Thank God I'm pretty. The occasional free drink I've never asked for. The occasional admission to a seedy little bar. Invitation to a stranger's car. I'm blessed with the ability to render grown men tongue-tied, which only means that when it's dark outside, I have to run and hide. Can't look behind me. Thank God I'm pretty. Thank God I'm pretty. Every skill I ever had will be in question. Every ill that I must suffer clearly brought on by myself. Though the cops would come for someone else, I'm blessed. I'm truly privileged to look this good without clothes on, which only means that when I sing you're jerking off, and when I'm gone you won't remember. Thank God I'm pretty. Thank you, God. Oh Lord, thank you, God. And when a gaggle of faces appears around me, it's lucky I hate to be taken seriously. I think my ego would fall right through the cracks in the floor if I couldn't count on men to slap my ass anymore. I know my destiny's such that I'm a stalking and cruel, so everybody thinks that I'm a fucking suicide girl. Oh, thank you, God, for the occasional champagne I never asked for. The occasional admission to a seedy little bar. Invitation to a stranger's car. I'm blessed with the ability to render grown men tongue-tied, which only means that when it's dark outside, I have to run and hide. Can't look behind me. Thank God I'm pretty. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Thank God. I didn't do the runs exactly right, but they were kind of there. And I got to that high note at least, right? At least I got the high note. I'm working on it. I'm working on my upper register. That's why I want the Ko-fi to hit $60 so I can get my first first voice lesson as an adult. I haven't had a voice lesson since I was like 14, and I think I'm okay. But I would like to be able to do more creative things with my vocals, and I have a decent range. I have like access to about 4 octaves, so I would like to be able to do that properly and securely and healthily. And I would like to make it better. Okay. We have one song left tonight, and that means that it's time for Ye Old Raffle. If you would like to get your choice of t-shirt or merch item, I think it's just t-shirt or maybe the tote bag, they're in the same range. If you would like to get a t-shirt or tote bag, you can enter this raffle because our good friend Grace is sponsoring it, and she has agreed to get you that t-shirt or tote bag. If you win this raffle, there will be an email address in the chat in either YouTube or Twitch, and you will email your information to Grace so that you can get your merchandise item and your poetry chapbook. If we hit the Ko-fi goal, which I don't think we're anywhere close to, let me check it out. We are at 35% of the Ko-fi goal. I'll say if we get to 50% of the Ko-fi goal, I'll sing the new song. I want to practice it, and if you want to hear the new song, I guess go tip me on Ko-fi. If we get to 50% of the goal, I'll sing it because I want to sing it. I'm lowering my standards. That's one of the things in the song. But this is the last song by me. Right, at age, you know what? I could do the Patreon song if I feel like any of you are on the fence. Let me make sure. I lost my stuff here. Here we go. This song is the last song in Soliloquy, and I think it shows where I was headed as far as where my tone was musically. It's one of the first songs I wrote that I think was like making people, or showing my colors as I move forward. There's these like sort of middle songs that either happen on the end of the record or in between records, like Fix the Girl was sort of the between of To My Sisters and Soliloquy, and then the between of Soliloquy and Idiot Child is this song, which is the last song on the record. And what you gotta type in the chat if you want to win the raffle is Soliloquy. Even if you spell it wrong, it's fine. But soliloquy, like a monologue. Soliloquy. So make sure you type that in the chat if you want to enter the raffle. L-O-V-E spells the way you looked at me, and I cannot speak. Looking through the pictures from that first week, you say it hurts. Here's an hourglass for what it's worth. And tell your friends that we are talking again, and oh no, there's no point in hiding. Woo. It got me. It's like, don't say that shit about that dumbass. Oh no, there's no point in hiding. I love you so. Here's to you and all the shit I put you through. There is no way I can't say the things I say, and I will not wake. My dreams are what's helping my heartache. Hide if you must. I won't stop until I gain your trust. No shred of doubt, 'cause I will burn it all out. Oh no, there's no point in hiding. I love you so. Here's to you and all the shit I put you through. Ooh, 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 L-O-V-E spells the way we used to be, and I can't go back. I'm just a girl in love with the boy in black. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm just a girl in love with the boy in black. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just a girl in love with the boy in black. All right, Holly, let me know when you got the list ready. I'm gonna check Ko-fi to see if we made it halfway there. We are at 45% of the Ko-fi goal. I feel like if one more Ko-fi gets put in there, we'll get to 50, which again is lowering my standards. But you know, you just gotta move forward. You just gotta take your success. Well, you got it. You know? I might just play it anyway, honestly, because I like the song. And I need to practice it in order to get good at it. 11 entries for the raffle. Okay. So I'm gonna raffle this raffle. I've got my Iron D20 from Dwarven Forge. Thank you, Dwarven George. I'm gonna roll it, and we're gonna see what happens. But also, maybe you should go hit that Ko-fi. Give me some money so that way I can send you some music. That is the exchange. One more Ko-fi is all you need. Let's roll this shit. Number 11. Number 11 won the Ko-fi, not the Ko-fi, won the raffle. And Yay, look, we just passed 50%. Perfect. I'm so excited to bring you this song. Number 11 won the raffle. Number 11, Holly will put your name in the chat, and you, as well as information about how to contact Grace for your merchandise item. So, super excited for you to get it. Make sure you send me a picture of you in it, because I love seeing pictures of people in my t-shirts or doing makeup inspired by my makeup or whatever. It gives me so much joy. So, who won? Hey, dope, Raquel, go email Grace, and then you got a shirt. Thank you so much for participating in the raffle and being here and being part of Patriarchy. We love having you here. Let me pull up the lyrics for this guy, assuming I have them on here. Hopefully I don't. Please update old phone. Yes. Love all of the others. See me when you look up at the stars. Just want you to love me like you love him, like you love her. Wanna be your champagne caviar. Don't I burn bright enough? Don't I provide enough? Don't I confide enough? Or am I coming off too tough? Don't I go fast enough? Don't I move past enough? I play a little rough. I guess I'm just asking too much. I just want you to love me like you love all of the others. See me when you look up at the stars. Just want you to love me like you loved him, like you love her. Wanna be your champagne caviar, the best you have by far. I can't shoot low enough, I can't move slow enough. Why do I care so much about whether or not I grow enough? Guess I'm not smart enough, I don't work hard enough. If I restart enough, will that tear me apart enough? I just want you to love me like you love all of the others. See me when you look up at the stars. Just want you to love me like you loved him, like you love her. Wanna be your champagne caviar, the best you had by far. Best you had by far. God forbid my 13 chances. God forbid the sane romances. God forbid stable finances too. God forbid career advancement. God forbid I'm out of cantrips. God forbid my dreams from coming true. I just want you to love me like you loved all of the others. See me when you look up at the stars. I just want you to love me like you loved him, like you love her. I wanna be your champagne caviar, the best you had by far. 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 So yeah, that's I can't can't see anything in the chat now, but because it reloaded because I had to look at the other things. But yeah, that's my new song. I'm hoping to record a demo for it on Patreon soon. Yeah, I'm just oh no, something happened. My restream went away or something. I don't know what's happening. Oh no, it says it's fine. Okay. So yeah, that's my new song. It's called The Best You Had by Far. I'm excited to look back and read the Twitch comments. I hope that's possible. Holly, is that possible? Can I go back and read my Twitch comments? It's super hard on YouTube. Please help me. So yeah. That's my new song. And I guess I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to put it up on Patreon soon, at least a demo of me singing it. I wrote that song after last week's Lullaby Lounge. I've been kind of like writing it over the past week, but I wrote most of the lyrics after last week's Lullaby Lounge. But I have been writing that song throughout this week. If you enjoyed that song and you're like, damn, I wish you hit the Ko-fi goal because that song is definitely worth it, hit up my thing at katenix.com/tips. Congrats, Raquel, on winning the raffle. Thank you so much, everybody who joined us tonight. I will see you on Monday if you are a Twitch person who hangs out with me on the, every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do a show called Bug Soup where I make something and talk to you guys about something. This week I will be continuing making my backdrop out of my old pill bottles because I didn't finish it last Bug Soup, so I'm going to continue for this. Whoa, I hit the goal? Are you joking? During the song? Thank you. Thank you so much for contributing, everyone. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad that you like the art that I make and you're willing to pay for it. And so many of you have paid for my art time and time again. And I know it sucks for me to have to say, like, please pay for it, please pay for it. And I hate saying it. And I hope one day that I won't have to, that I can provide this without having to say a word about money. And it'll be just, I don't know, it'll be something I just say in the beginning of shows that everyone's so used to it. I'm hoping that this gets to that point. And I don't know, I feel like I'm on the right direction, and I'm glad that you're on the path with me. And thank you for buying me a music stand and for buying me these lights and for making it possible for me to have this. If I didn't have my patrons on Patreon, this show wouldn't be possible because I wouldn't have the time to put into this show. I spend, like, honestly days getting prepared sometimes. And I'm just really grateful. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And my thing went away again. But I'm excited to make more art for you in the coming year. And I'm so glad that you were here. And I will see you next week, either on Monday or on Wednesday. If you join me for Bug Soup on Monday, let me know what you want me to talk about. Last week I kind of talked about like mental health and dealing with medication and chronic illness. But I don't necessarily want to talk about even that, even though I'm going to be making the backdrop for that. You can let me know in either on the Instagram chat or on the Discord. Make sure if you are in Discord, katenix.com/chat. Yeah, just come hang out with us in the Discord, talk about Bug Soup, talk about the thing with us on Instagram. You can request, like, DM me and I'll put you in the group chat. We can have up to 30 people. I think we have 20 something now, so we still have room for the elite Instagram group chat. So elite to have all of us just having panic attacks into the group chat because that's what we use it for. I love to talk about my fairy stuff. Why don't we do that? We'll do fairy stuff for Monday because I think that I got Bug Soup, the idea for Bug Soup, from a fairy person. So let's talk about fairy stuff. We can talk about Nevermore and how I have to use it to stay in my mortal form. Again, thank you so much. I couldn't be more grateful. I'm so excited to get to go to a voice lesson and have someone help me figure out if I'm doing this stuff right, because I would like to be able to use my full range and do runs and stuff, and I feel like my voice getting stronger. So I'm excited to I decided to try and really take that in my own hands and learn what I'm doing. So thank you for contributing to that as well. I really didn't think we were gonna hit the goal tonight. I'm speechless. I'll talk to y'all in the group chat in the Discord. I need to take photos and go to bed. Look at how yellow my teeth are compared to the white face. That's called a calcium deficiency, ladies and gentlemen. And all in between. Come see a sight like never you've seen. Bye.